Hey guys, today I want to talk to you about something that gets me really fired up, and that's sunscreen. As we're gearing up for the warmer weather here in Canada, many of us are thinking about the ways that we can protect ourselves from the sun. But conventional sunscreens contain harmful toxins that get absorbed into your bloodstream and can cause some serious long-term health effects. Many of these chemicals have actually been found in breast milk, which means you can pass them along to your infants as well. So let's take a closer look at some of the most worrisome ingredients in sunscreen. Oxybenzone. Unfortunately, this ingredient is a real cause for concern. It's an endocrine disruptor, which means it can mess with your body's natural hormones and interfere with important biological processes like growth, metabolism, and reproduction. Studies have linked it to lower testosterone in boys and an increase of endometriosis in females. Oxybenzone has also been banned as an ingredient in Key West, Florida and Hawaii because of its toxicity to marine and reef life. But sure, let's put it on our skin. Our next ingredient is octinoxate. This one can be quickly absorbed, and it also affects your endocrine system, affecting the thyroid and your metabolism. Studies have linked it to reproductive and developmental toxicity issues in unborn babies. And on top of that, it can cause allergic reactions after exposure to UV light. This one's also banned in Key West and Hawaii for its effects on marine life. If these ingredients are not safe for marine life, how can they be safe for us? The next one is homosalate. This ingredient can be a real, literal pain. It can cause skin irritations and allergic reactions, especially if you've got sensitive skin. But it gets worse. Studies have shown that this ingredient could actually help breast cancer cells spread and invade. So this is a serious one that we should steer clear of. The next one is octisalate. It's been linked to allergic contact dermatitis, and it can be caused by direct contact with the substance, so it's best to avoid this if you've got sensitive skin. There are concerns that this ingredient may have endocrine disrupting effects related to estrogen. And what's more is that it's actually absorbed by the skin at an incredibly rapid rate. In fact, it's 10 times faster than the FDA's cutoff for systemic exposure. The next one is avobenzone. This is an endocrine disruptor as well, and studies have shown that it can block the effects of testosterone. It can also cause skin irritations, allergic reactions, and rashes. But here's the kicker. When exposed to sunlight or other elements, avobenzone can become even more dangerous. Researchers have found that avobenzone can actually create hazardous chemicals when mixed with chlorinated water and UV rays. So basically, anytime we're swimming in an outdoor pool. It's pretty scary. Parabens are another group of toxins that you're going to find in sunscreens. They've actually been banned in Europe since 2012, but Canada and the USA still consider these safe. Parabens have been found to have estrogen-like properties which can affect the body's hormonal balance and potentially lead to health issues down the road. Some studies have linked parabens to breast cancer, and they can also cause skin irritation and allergies. Fragrance is a super common one as well. Fragrance is really concerning because it can be made up of a mixture of chemicals that doesn't need to be listed except under the label of fragrance. These companies are not required to list all of the ingredients that make up the scent. This means that a single product could have dozens or even hundreds of chemicals making up the fragrance. These chemicals can be toxic or allergenic and can contribute to a wide range of issues such as allergies, respiratory inflammation, or even hormone disruption. So the last ingredient that we're going to talk about is benzene because it's been found lurking in some sunscreens. It's a known carcinogen, which means it's known to cause cancer, and the FDA says it's not safe to use in consumer products. Yet, here it is. So the latest sunscreen victim of benzene that we know of is Banana Boat hair and scalp sunscreen. It's actually not the first time benzene has been found hanging out in hair products such as dry shampoo. Banana Boat has since recalled this sunscreen, but we need to keep our eyes out for sneaky ingredients like this because they won't be listed on the product labels. So now we're all aware about the ingredients in our sunscreen and the harm they can cause. But now let's talk about the form that they come in. Spray sunscreens may seem like a convenient way to apply sunscreen, but they could actually harm your health as well. Spray sunscreens can contain volatile organic compounds, or VOCs, as well as nanoparticles, which can be dangerous if you inhale them. So if you choose to use a spray sunscreen, which you might, it's really important to apply it in a well-ventilated area and avoid spraying it close to your face. Moving on to sneaky marketing tactics. The marketing tactics of these companies can be a bit shady, pun intended. Because of low marketing standards, these products can be marketed as safe, protective, effective, and reliable products. But in reality, they're very harmful. Labels such as gentle and sensitive really mean nothing. It's important to really do your research and not just trust what you see on the label. I'm sure all this talk about the toxic ingredients in sunscreen has you thinking, do I even need sunscreen at all? For years now, it seems like we've all been told to hide from the sun and basically become vampires. But let's get real here. Our body really needs the vitamin D that only the sun can provide. Yes, you don't want to fry yourself like a piece of bacon every day, but unprotected exposure to the sun is actually good for us. Research shows that a lack of sunlight can lead to vitamin D deficiency. And it also suggests that lack of adequate sunlight may be associated with the development of specific cancers, multiple sclerosis, diabetes, cardiovascular disease, autism, Alzheimer's disease, and age-related macular degeneration. These researchers believe that non-burning UV exposure is actually a health benefit. So make sure you listen to your body and try and give it a fair shot at producing that vitamin D. We tend to know when we've had a bit too much sun, so just make sure you're teaching your kids the same thing and teach them how to listen to their bodies. Okay, so let's get to the safer recommendations. Which sunscreen is safe for you? There are plenty of natural options out there for you and your kids. By choosing one of these, you can enjoy full days of fun in the sun without letting toxic sunscreen ruin your day. I did a bunch of looking into these sunscreens on the Environmental Working Group Skin Deep website. These guys do a great job at ranking consumer products from either verified by the EWG all the way down to an F, which is a mega fail. If you're in need of sunscreen this summer, mineral-based options are the way to go, especially if you're slathering it on your little ones. You gotta protect that precious skin. Our number one recommendation is Attitude. They've got a ton of options when it comes to sunscreen. You can do adults or kids. It comes in sticks. It's really easy to apply, and it's got a really high rating as per the Environmental Working Group. Think Sunscreen is another brand that we really trust. They've also got a really great rating by the EWG, and you can find them everywhere. It comes in a range of options such as sport and baby, so you can pick what's best suited for your needs. Earth Mama is another brand that comes highly recommended by the EWG. I haven't seen a lot of it in Canada, but I'm sure you can find it in the States. What's available to us in Ontario is probably very different to what's available elsewhere. To find safe products in your area, you should check out the Environmental Working Group, EWG, and read their Deep Skin Guide, which I'll link below. It actually has statistics on over 90,000 personal care and consumer products. As a natural health advocate and a mom of tiny humans, I am seriously concerned about what's in our sunscreen. It's crazy to think that it's allowable to sell products that have chemicals that can absorb into our bloodstream and get passed along through our breast milk to our children. The good news is that we can take control of our own health by doing our research and choosing safer alternatives. I've linked to my website below if you want to check out more. So until next time, cheers to your health.